in the tree stand 2025. Same place that I shot my giant deer out of last year. If you have not seen that video, go watch it. I recommend it. Let's just say my season ended after only 2 hours of hunting. Texted me and said that there's a deer probably about 200 yards from me down the creek in the hayfield. Guess I sat in the wrong stand tonight, boys. Just kidding, I don't know. Had to stop by this cell cam and stick a stick behind it because every picture I was getting was just the top head of a deer. We do have a really nice deer trail coming right down through here. We got a tree stand sitting right there, and this trail kind of comes over here, and there seems to be an intersection of a couple trails right in this area. Now right here is my failed but somewhat happening experiment. I spread a bunch of brassicas on this whole section here, and I'm guessing we had a rain or something and a bunch of the seed washed down. Either that, or the only area that the seed germinated was in this thatch of organic matter. Hey, it was worth a shot though. I had the seed and wanted to try something. Look at this, guys. September 25th. We got a rub, and it looks to be a few days old, maybe a day old. Oh, there's a couple more over here. We got one right here. Yeah, here on that tree, and then that one had that big one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 right there. We're gonna set up this Magic Eagle cell cam that they sent me. It's a solar panel, solar powered camera already right off the bat. One thing I love about it, metal buckle, nice strap. Other camera companies don't do that. So thank you, Magic Eagle, for putting a nice strap. Actually 2 of them in this box. We're gonna set it up on this post here and see if we get anything good. We got the camera set up. Don't judge my screwing in skills here. I only had my Leatherman, and it was actually quite difficult to screw them in because the Leatherman is just a little bit too big of a Phillips for that screw. So we will come out and fix that properly, but all I did is just put 2 screws into this little panel thing here and screwed in the fence post. One other thing I really like about it, the base plate down here on this solar panel is metal. Everything else is plastic, so just be careful when you're tightening things. You don't want to over tighten it and strip the plastic out, but this base plate here is metal, so that's definitely nice for when you're putting it onto a tree or whatever you're putting it onto. It's nice and sturdy there. This is the camera setup itself. I might try to clean this up a little bit, maybe do some zip ties and stuff to try to keep this a little bit tidier so the deer don't see that as much. However, this is pretty much, it's kind of out in the open, and the deer aren't really like super hyper focused on this fence row here, so I think this will be okay for here. So I'm gonna hook it up to my phone, look through this thing, get her set up, and we're ready to go. All right, here comes the fun part. Right away, we got a young little buck hitting the high voltage scent rope. You can see right there, we put a mock scrape down. Here's a 8-point down in here. I think this is the 8-point that we had been seeing. Doesn't look to be huge, but definitely a respectable little buck. Got a buck right in front of the camera. Again, kind of a respectable little buck. Well, that's certainly cool. Next camera's got a trashy little dink. Small little daylight buck there. There's Eli. And there he comes empty-handed. Nothing much on cameras this year, but I'm sure something will show eventually. I should have maybe checked some of my access points before the season started. I don't even know why I'm sitting out here right now. It is hotter than a sauna out here. It's super humid, low pressure right now. The only thing that I have going for me is a wind. I got a good wind. It's a south wind coming right out of the south. And we got, honestly, a really big storm coming in about an hour. So it might miss us, but it's a really big line of storm. So I don't know if it's gonna hit us or not. It's basically a 50-50 at the moment. So in an hour from now, I could be hightailing it out of here so I don't get wet. Honestly, I wouldn't be too upset because it is so freaking hot. But anyway, we're sitting down here over a summer draw plot by Ridgeline. We got an alfalfa field behind me. Deer tend to come out here a lot in the summertime, early season. They feed in the alfalfa. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. You can see to the north plenty of dark clouds rolling. It's only a matter of time before it comes this way and hits us. Well, we're calling it quits. It's quite the storm rolling in. I can literally see the wall of rain on this wall cloud. That would not be very pleasant to sit in. So we're gonna get out of here. That's north of us. What's gonna hit us is the storm over there. It's just a big diagonal line. So it'll be a minute till that gets here, but we're gonna get out now while I'm still dry. Well, I'm glad I got out of the stand when I did. It is about to pour, but we're gonna keep an eye on the property because of our Magic Eagle camera. I don't know if you can see on my phone right there. But right there, that's a live feed from our Magic Eagle camera. You can see the clouds in the camera, but that's live right now. So I can watch that thing. Even when I'm at home, I can check in on my camera. So go check them out. I'll put a link to Magic Eagle in the description. They're 150 bucks. It's a cell cam, sends pictures to your phone just like any other cell cam, but it's a solar powered one and it's got a live feed and I can literally talk through it. So it is a cell cam and a Ring doorbell in one. And I love it. So go check it out. Anyway, we're heading home. It's getting windy and it's about to pour. I just got to my tree stand and I climbed up in it and I'm standing there and there's about 5 or 6 yellow jackets swarming the stand, and I figured out that because that stand and these sticks, it's tube steel, and somewhere in there is a hornet's nest. So I said no, not sitting in a stand full of yellow jackets. We're gonna walk down the creek here, actually up the creek, and there's a rock outcropping up here across the creek, and I'm going to try to find a spot on that rock to sit. Well, this is definitely the most unconventional sit I've ever done, and I don't know if you can hear the property line is right at the top of the hill there, and they're riding four-wheeler with a lot of gusto. A couple kids with them too, so they're making a ruckus, but you know, I'm not going to complain because I would rather see kids enjoying the country life than kids sitting on their phone doing nothing with their life. So as much as that might ruin my hunt, I'm not going to complain about it. We're sitting up here on this rock overlooking the creek, and we have a major game trail that kind of runs down, and then it runs right down through here, and then we have a four-wheeler trail that's running like that. So we might see some deer, we might not. There's also kind of a game trail that runs right up here. So we might get surprised by a deer up there if this guy stops riding four-wheeler. Anyway, trusty Matthews. Just hope the hunt worth keeps me blended in, which I think it'll do all right. There is a white oak right here. There's a white oak down there. There's a couple white oaks kind of scattered around here. So there are acorns. I was walking. There's acorns in here. So I'm hoping that deer might just stay down low where it's cool. Get a drink of water, eat some acorns, something like that, because it is warm again tonight. The sun finally dipped below the trees, so it definitely got cooler out. But now my thermals are pulling down to the creek. So at first they were going upstream. But now they're just dipping right down to the creek here, which honestly isn't a terrible thing, because if anything's working this hill over here to my right, they shouldn't win me. The only thing that should win me is if they're directly below me, which hopefully at that point I'll shoot them before they realize I'm here. Got out of the stand early to see if there's deer in the field, and there's literally 2 deer right there, and they're gonna work right down to me. I might get one tonight, guys. Well, didn't shoot the deer. So, funny story. I walk out of the woods early because I wanted to check the hayfield here, which is what I was originally going to hunt over, right? Typically there's deer out there this time of year, out in the alfalfa field eating alfalfa and clover, you know. So I walk out of the woods, walk around the corner, and I look up at the barn right next to the house, and there's 2 deer standing literally right next to the barn. I'm like, what are you doing up there, deer? But I'm like, oh my word, we're gonna shoot a deer. And that's when I filmed that video. Like, there's 2 deer right there, and in my head I was like, they're not gonna walk between the barn and the house. Deer never, why would you do that? That's a suicide for a deer. They're gonna walk down to me. Well, they didn't. They walked up towards the middle between the barn and the house. And my mom and dad happened to be out for a walk, and the deer saw them, and they spooked and ran down to the edge of the hayfield and actually bedded down. They were small deer. If they would have walked right in front of me, probably might have shot one of them, but yeah, I thought about putting a stalk on them, but I didn't. They weren't very old deer. So anyway, saw some deer tonight, had a little bit of fun, exciting action. So that's it for hunt number 3.